on structure of business, we talk about business setup in our last class. Today we are still going to look at structure of a business. Welcome to the class. If you did not watch our class on setup of a business, the hierarchy of power in a business, the organizational chart that we took last class, please go and watch that video. If you are new on the channel, please subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you. Invite those that can benefit from the class. If you want to buy any of our courses, you can head over to Class Online School and purchase it for just a token. In our class for today, we are going to look at authority in business, responsibility, span of control, inter and intra-departmental communication. What is authority in business? Authority has to do with the power to give orders and instruction to subordinates that may be working under you. So authority in business has to do with the power the individual possesses to give directives, to give direction to subordinates that are working under you. For example, the accounting manager or the accountant or the marketing, let's go to the marketing department. The marketing manager gives directives to his marketers, give them strategy and give them direction as those working under him. And those who works under him are called subordinates. And so the subordinate takes authority or takes instruction, takes direction from the marketing manager. So the marketing manager possesses authority over the subordinates, those under him. So we said that authority in business has to do with the power to give order and instruction to subordinates who works under you as somebody who heads a team. That's authority. And so every business has those you respect and report to. They are your superiors. And so those who are subordinates take direction, instruction, directives from your superiors. That's what we mean by authority in business. Now what about responsibility? Duties entrusted to a person at the time of delegation of authority is said to be responsibility. The marketing manager has authority over his subordinates and he delegates authority to one of his subordinates. That means he has given the subordinate a responsibility to carry out a particular function. And so in the process of delegation, he has been given a responsibility to carry out. And this responsibility that the individual has to carry out, the individual has to report back to his superior who has given him authority or who have delegated him to carry out a function. So in business, authority has to be possessed. Responsibility has to be delegated to the subordinates by the superior. And once a superior gives you responsibility, you as a subordinate has the duty to carry out your responsibility and report back to the authority that have delegated to you as an individual. And so in business, these are things that have to be put in place for the organization to achieve its goal. Authority flows from up to bottom like a pyramid. Board of directors, managers, sub-managers, subordinate that takes delegation or responsibility of what they are to carry out. Alright? So we have seen authority, we've seen responsibility. What about span of control? This means the number of subordinates or direct reports a supervisor is responsible to. Span of control. How many persons are in your team? How many persons reports to you? Who are those that you have control over? Span of control. And so as somebody who is a superior, there are a number of persons that are put under your care to report back to you. Sometimes there are 4, 6, 10, 15 as your team is. It depends on your project and the number of people that are in your team. And so this number of person, it's what helps you to be able to know how to strategize, know how to delegate, and know how to meet up with your objectives and plan. So span of control has to do with the number of subordinates that are directly under you as somebody who is elder, given a responsibility, or who has an authority. In business, span of control is important because there is a team leader, and this team leader manages his team, the number of persons under him, and this number of persons under him report back to him on what they have done. We've been able to talk about these three. Authority has to do with somebody that has power over his subordinates, that gives directive and direction to his subordinates. Responsibility is when this person who has authority delegates to his subordinate to carry out a function, and the subordinate carries out that function to achieve the organizational objective. Span of control is the number of person that is under somebody who possesses authority and he controls. The number of person under his team that he controls, give directive, and they report back to him or her. Now we're taking the last objective, which is inter and intra-departmental communication. What is intra-departmental communication and what is interdepartmental communication? Now let's look at the last objective, inter and intra-department communication or departmental communication. Inter-department communication means interaction or communication that occur within a single department. Let's take, for example, the marketing department. Communication flows from the marketing manager to the marketing supervisor to the marketers that goes to the field. That's the chain of communication because it happens only in the department. Authorities is taken vertically from top, the one who manages the department, down to those who are field workers in the department. That is for interdepartmental communication. But what about intra? Intra means communication that occur between personnel in different departments. Personnel in different departments, that means it means different departments involved. Sales, accounting, personnel, all the departments put together. So communication flows from head, subdivide, and then moves to every worker. So every department in the organization, it's affected in intra. The board of director, the personnel managers, the accountants, the marketing manager, directives are cut across, and then these individuals who are managers of their different departments takes information to those under them. Those under them takes information to those under them until it gets to those who are the most junior workers in the organization. So we've been able to see inter and intra communication in a department. Inter within your department, intra across the whole organization or across the departments in the whole organization. So we've been able to see structure of a business, we saw authority, we saw responsibility, span of control, intra and inter communication in a department. We'll still take other areas of our commerce class that affect our business, our everyday business. If you're a business student here, please follow along. You'll still need these things in your higher institution. You'll still need them in your SS2, SS3. These are SS2 class. So always carry over your knowledge. Thank you for being part of the class. Watch and rewatch. Ask your question below the comment box. Subscribe if you are new. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we do here. If you like our classes, head over to Class Online School and buy them. Your courses per classes. Invite more people. Let this channel grow. Give us comments. Let's see what you feel about the class. Thank you for always being part of this class. I'll see you in our next class where we'll discuss other areas of our business class.